Hello, welcome back. This is the 2016 paper. We're on question 5. This is Grey's Hockey, our sponsors. Who are legends? Let's get into it. So 10 students are selected to take a maths test, an English test, and a science test. Kenny is absent for the science test. Here are the scores. A teacher wants to estimate Kenny's score in the science test. Using statistical analysis and reasoning, advise the teacher whether she should use scores from the maths test or the English test to help her. You must comment on the validity of the score the teacher will award Kenny in the science test if she follows your advice. You do not need to estimate Kenny's score in the science test. So effectively what we need to do is we can't use any of Kenny's data when we're calculating this. And you first of all have to get a correlation score. So this is about correlation. And we want an R value. So what we did in question 4 was we compared two data sets on the scatter diagram, and we were able to get a line of best fit or a regression line. Now within this, we're going to get a value of R, which is in the same point on the calculator, which is where you got your equation from. So looking at the correlation of English to science first. English to science. When you put it into the calculator, and that's going to be pairs, so this will be your first table, this will be your second table, so 50 to 28, 42 to 26, you'll get an R value of 0.14056277, which is a positive correlation, but it's a really, really weak one. Considering that the strongest correlations we can have is 1, and 0 represents no correlation, it's an extremely weak positive correlation. The next thing you do is you replace the English values with the maths values. And through doing that, you're going to get a regression line or a correlation score of 0.818. So therefore, we would propose that they use the maths scores as there is a stronger correlation as it's closer to 1. Okay. However, this does involve extrapolation, as 95 is the highest maths score. So when I go back and have a look at this, Kenny has done very well in maths, but therefore his data lies outside of the range of the maths scores. Harry scoring the highest score of 79 other than Kenny, and therefore this data would be extrapolated and may not be very valid. Okay, is that everything? That is just question 5 done. So 5 marks. I think it was it 14 marks question 4, 5 marks here in question 5, so very nearly 20 marks. And that's by using the calculator, put your data into the table and be able to gather that data for the regression lines. So make sure you know your calculator and you know how to extract this data. Okay, good luck, and I'll see you at the next question.